My friends, it is I again, Icelanticals, and I'm back for another video. Now, today, I'm doing a new video, especially for Total Drama, and why not to give it a great new thing now. And if you see in the Screaming Gophers, there's one character that is not like the others, being Damien. Now, this is a video that I'm gonna make. What if Damien was in the first season of Total Drama? Now, me basically seeing Damien in the first season, I would definitely see him really part of the crew in the original crew cast. He like for real. I would have seen him like a great character and his development with people that are not like from his own season, like the new season. So especially because of how I replaced him with Cody, and this is why you see Cody with the others in the bottom. So this is my way of how Damien would have been in the first season of Total Drama. Now, in the first episode, it will go out the same. Like there will be nothing changing. But they will go still do with the cliff diving with the sharks actually. So. And I think the same thing will come happening again with the goddamn Zeke saying something being a feminist. Now, in the big sleep, well, I would have seen. This might be where a tough part for me because, but so this is gonna be some major parts of the story, like with Damien being part of this crew, of the cast. So basically, if you see like why he's next to Lindsay and Noah, this is why since Heather is also here still, she makes a alliance with Beth and Lindsay just to do that again. But with Damien and Noah being here, I would definitely see these two. Like Damien might want to help Noah out of his social skills and being apart with the crew, so I would definitely see those two form a friendship. Entirely, I do see them form a friendship. Now, I think the same one will go out, but I think this time will go different. Instead of Heather taking Eva's MP3 thingy, this might be where I had to say this, but my boy Harold. I know everyone loves Harold and that, but I think everyone in the time didn't want Harold entirely because he was so scrawny and bad. So, and even not the strongest. But this is talking about with Sadie and Katie. So, but it really sucks for me to do this, but it's my way of how Damon would have played in the season. So. Don't be mad at me. Now, in the dodgeball episode, this might be where Damien might shine, actually. Damien might shine entirely, and even from the final, strikeout, I think. But also, this also means that Duncan, entirely from Duncan's story in this part, he won't do nothing entirely. This time, he won't do nothing. So, this will mean a bigger thing for me. And even for, one character that I specifically see that is part of the cast, part of the Kill Cast, being Tyler. Well, to be totally honest, Tyler just kept messing up entirely. He kept hating his team, kept is terribly bad in this challenge. Even though he is in his label being an athlete or a jock, he isn't of a great of an athlete or a jock. So I'm sorry for this, but seriously, Tyler should have went home, I think, for this episode originally. So I really wish they'd done this instead. But also in this episode, I would have seen I would instead make Shady go out instantly for this actually. So I'm sorry, I don't want to do that. So I think this is where I think I might see Damien and Lindsay might form something. And I think I might see Tyler getting jealous because of this. And I think this could be actually a great storyline for for the next 2 seasons for this. So this might get interesting. So this means Damien and Noah will go to be part having Heather. So Lindsay. So Lindsay will definitely will be part of 2 different alliances with Damien and Noah, with Beth and Heather. She's basically in 2 different alliances where she wants to be with Damien and that. So who knows? But now in Not Quite Famous, this might be where I might realistically see that. I think from the people that would do for this challenge will be. Sorry about that. I would say Damien would do this challenge. Trent and Heather and Stacey. Stacey, I think Justin will be somewhat not be really around this episode, but he might talk a lot now and a lot more in this episode because of him being evolved from the original canon in the original episode. So I think Trent would do his musical thingy, and for Killer Bass they might want. I would say Courtney, Jeff, DJ, and Richard. So, making that, and even this is where like a little bit of a change comes actually. And also, I think me seeing Damien doing this challenge, I might see him do like a piano solo. Like basically, if he plays the piano perfectly and sings entirely, and I might see every girl would be enthused with his performance. I would definitely say that myself. Like, I think the voice actor that plays Damien did perfectly for his, and I think if he sang in a show in the first season would be fun to hear. And his voice really sounds really smooth, so him singing like that with the piano, with him playing the piano will be good. And I think I might see the Screaming Gophers actually win this challenge, actually, where Damien shines a lot in this episode. So, sadly, this has to be, I think, Bridget with the throw-up thingy, I think will still happen, and that's ill. That's disgusting. Ugh. Now, for the Sucky Outdoors, since Katie is the only one here left for this one, this is basically where a new big change comes in mind. Owen messes up for the team actually for this season now. This means he won't win the season. Like, he might mess up with Lindsay and Noah because he like basically said that he could defend the crew, and so that, but fortunately when an actual bear came around, like Noah and Lindsay went missing, and that, including I might say Damien also. Just that makes realistic for him leaving around from the crew. So this is basically Noah making a big mistake from this episode, and this is dramatically where he goes home. It's really sad to see my boy Noah Owen going home. It really does suck. Now, in phobia factor, this might play out the same way, but with Damien being here still, and even us having Justin and Noah around again more on this episode. So, and I might see the Screaming Gophers still win this episode, and nothing matters. This will still go the same. Goddamn, Tyler. Tyler is out. Up the creek. I think this won't be nothing of a big of a change. Where Beth gets the cursed idol and that, so. And I think for the Paintball Deer Hunter, we're definitely going to be the same. But with Damien, Justin, and Noah being this. And this basically, I might say Justin goes out in this episode now, just for the entire like character, and I think these characters will be way better than that. So now let's get these guys up there. Now we are ready for. We are not. We're almost done during the. We're still in the pre-merge and now. Let's get the guys up there. Now, and if you can't take the heat, this might go out the same. And I think still with Beth having the idol, it doesn't matter. She gets out. And who can you trust? I think since Katie and Eva are here in this team still. And since Noah and Damien are here, I think I have to sit out one person, and that has to be I had to get no Lindsay. I think the pairs for this will be Trent and Damien. Oh, also from this entire episode, if Damien was around here, actually, I would definitely see Trent and Damien form a friendship. Actually, Damien might have a lot more friends, and he might form a lot of friendships with others, and so that's really fun. Now, I think the pairs will go out the same and that. So this is where I might say, I think DJ messing up will still happen. I think, and Katie, I think Katie might do a little bit better in this challenge with Courtney, so he doesn't get eliminated. So Duncan and Eva will be together. So for this the challenge, but sorry, I had to get rid of DJ. It really sucks for me getting my man DJ out in the city. But I think we are now in basic training, and the same goes the same. And I think since Jeff is the only one left with him, these two are together. But I think I might see no one sabotaging the votes actually. Or I might see I would definitely see Damien mess up for the Killer Bass, including Noah. So I guess would still go the same way, and I think these two would sabotage the votes and to eliminate Courtney. Hey, well, still got this. Now, in Extreme Torture, this is basically where this is basically somewhat similar, but with having Eva and Katie still here. So now for the I think from every one of the challenges, I think Lindsay will win for their team again. I might still see the Screaming Gophers winning this, and this is where Eva gets out. She got way more screen time than before. Look at this now. Complete different time. Now, since we remember before the merge, there was an episode where the guys and the girls were together, and I think this might go the same way. You get you guys up there. We now have this is basically the episode that they've done, and I think and remember, this was a non-elimination and where the guys won, and this will still make sense. Now we are up to the marriage. And this merch isn't pretty that bad, but a couple changes with top fun characters that are not part of this. We have 10 of them back, but remember, this was also where 2 other people returned in the competition. And I had to bring back my boy Harold. Harold, this isn't the end of you, Harold. Harold here returned back. And basically the same. Izzy returns again. Now, the season might go different if this went like this, actually. And since Lashana won in this challenge originally, this might mean, and also since everyone else in here are friends, this is where Heather goes out. It's a complete change and a complete twist for having Heather in this season now. She made it far, but she thought to make it it's almost to the top. So hold on. Okay, I'm back for something. So now for search and do not destroy. I might see Izzy and Duncan help each other in this episode, and suddenly that Izzy actually manipulates Trent and gets him eliminated, actually. So this is really different, actually. So, and for hide and be sneaky, Jimmy might do good. And I think this is where I might see just Duncan realistically leaving the competition now. That's off the chain. I think this is where I think I might say. I think we had enough screen time with us having Harold now. Harold had great more screen time in this episode, and he returned back from the merge, and he made it again far, so it's good for him. Now we are to the top 8. Now, I think this is time for my favorite character, Noah, going out. It sucks to say, Sally had to make chance. Noah had way more screen time than before. Like, look at this now. And even his friendship and his development as a character now, and being along with the others, makes perfect sense for him now. Now, the next episode, it will go out the same. Where goddamn messes up, actually. Now we are to the top 6. Where I think the people that will be forming together will be still Gwen and Duncan, Lindsay and Shauna, and Damien and Katie. Now, I think just Shauna and Lindsay will win this, actually, and since the other 5 are friends, I think this is enough time for Katie to go out. She made it way more farther than the original canon, and this is really crazy. And for me, I do like Katie a lot more than Sadie. And speaking of not liking Sadie a lot more, there's one somebody that loves Sadie. Now, House Kincher is basically the same, actually. Well, Lashana Sally goes. Damn, she was robbed still in this episode. She's still robbed. Now, this is weird. Like, are we ready? This is going to be the goal in the same way. And I think Jeff will go out in this episode. He had a lot of screen time, and we're now up to the top 3, to the top final 3 contestants. Gwen, Lindsay, and Damien actually, which is a great, I would say, a great final three. I must say actually. For the, I think this is where I think Lindsay goes out, and I think for the entire season, Damien and Lindsay grew close a lot, and I must say they started a relationship, and I think from this episode, this might be where Damien and Lindsay finally kiss, and it's history now. Now, we are now to the final two, which is not a bad final two, I must say, actually. Damien made it far enough and made it. He was in 5th place originally in the real canon of his season, but he made it far enough. My boy, my boy, my boy Damien. And you know what? I think this might be the same way like how Gwen is the odd winner and Damien winning the season, actually. Damien, I think, would have been a great addition instead of, I think, Cody. If Cody wasn't here, Damien would have been a great choice winning the season, actually, if this was the way, actually. Now, this is a complete change for the actual season of Total Drama. If Damien was in the original Total Drama. Now, hey, if this was only my opinion and my own way on how the season would have went if Damien was in the season, actually. Now, this is going to be the end for this episode. So, well, please share to subscribe and share, click the like button, press the notification bell, and that's it. This is Icelandic Wolves signing off.